Hello, Jonas.
Hello.
Um, are you experienced the Shukubo in Koyasan?
Yes, so I recently experienced it for my second time, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Could you explain?
Yeah, so one of the things in Koyasan is called Shukubo, and it's there's two ways you can stay overnight in Koyasan. There's Shukubo and then there's guest houses, but the main way is Shukubo, which is pretty much a Buddhist temple.
Mm-mm.
And there's 51 different Buddhist temples you can stay at
Yeah,
overnight, and each one has sort of a different
yeah.
sort of experience tied with it. But all of the general gist for all of them is that you stay overnight at a Buddhist temple and you partake in Buddhist vegetarian cuisine, which is also known as Shojin Yori.
Shojin Yori.
And then you can also do Shakyo, which
Yeah,
is you're copying the Heart Sutra,
yeah.
and then you can partake in meditation, ajikan,
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
and then the next morning
Mm.
you can partake in the morning ceremony, which is
Mm.
known as gomgyo, and then some temples have what's called gomagyo, which is sort of
Ah,
a fire ritual.
oh. Okay, so you took nice pictures.
Yeah, it took a couple photos.
Take a look.
So this is
Oh,
the outside of the temple. This specific temple, I stayed at Muryo Koin,
mm.
which is kind of in the center area where Koyasan is. So I just took a picture of the outside so you can get a feel. And this is kind of the main entryway. And so when you first go to Muryo Koin, there's a Buddhist monk waiting there for you, and he'll greet you at the entrance, and then that's where you check in, and they show you to your room, and from there they'll kind of show you the different rooms in the temple. So at Muryo Koin specifically, they had sort of they first showed you where the morning ceremony will be conducted. So it's a separate building. There's kind of like this like communal area that you can use to have like a lot of books and
Mm.
sort of like a secluded area to relax if you want. What you could consider the main hall where you eat your food. And all in all, it was really nice and welcoming. Everyone there was like super, super friendly.
Mm.
Yeah, so this is the hall where the morning ceremony is conducted. And I didn't get a picture of the inside, unfortunately, because it was during the morning ceremony. But when you walk inside, it's this big hall, and there's like two sections to it. There's the front section where all the Buddhist monks conduct the ceremony, and then there's like the back section where the guests can watch from. And on each side, or specifically on the right side, there's an area where a monk does the gomagyo, so the fire ceremony. Before he does that, actually, when they're doing the ceremony, when they get towards the end,
Mm.
they invite the guests to come up and stand in the center and pour some of the incense into like this main bowl as part of this ritual. And the whole idea with the gomagyo is that they're burning these like wood sticks, but on them are different prayers or different wishes. So the idea is that in burning them, the prayers of whoever wrote these down will come true. Yeah, so this is just a picture of the Shojin Ryori. Um, Really nice display. And the interesting thing with Shojin Yori is that it's Buddhist vegetarian cuisine, so there's no meat.
Mm.
And even though there's no meat, it's incredibly filling. So when you eat it, you'll feel really satisfied. Thing with the five elements, and then there's five is a number that's used a lot. So in here, there's five different flavors. There's five different ways of cooking, and then there's five colors. So it changes with the seasons, and it's really good. And so there's like different variation of like vegetables and um, gomodofu, so sesame tofu, which is a staple in Koyasan. So all in all, it was very, very good. And each temple uses different ingredients too. So if you go to a different temple, you're not going to have the same thing each time. So, copying the Heart Sutra. So if you go to a Buddhist temple, all of them will offer the chance to copy the Heart Sutra, which is pretty much another form of meditation. I find that the theme with all of the Shukubo, when you stay overnight, it all has to do with clearing your mind and meditation and just kind of reflecting. And so copying the Heart Sutra is an opportunity to do that because it's all you in your own head doing it. So you're just, as you can see, there's the lines that you copy over, but if you do it too fast, it doesn't look pretty. So it's all about taking your time and focusing in on the different strokes, and it takes quite a lot of time. The first time I did it, it took me like maybe 40 minutes to an hour.
It's good for the mindfulness.
Yes, that sort of same theme that we have going on with being mindful of yourself. So,
Okay, thank you very much.
of course.
Could you give a message for the overseas people?
Of
Please.
course. If you come to Koyasan, there's all these different experiences you can have, and it's not going to be the same for everyone. And I think a big part of that is because there's so many different Shukubo to stay at. There's 51 different Shukubo, and each one, you know, the sort of vibe that each Shukubo has to offer differs. And again, like I said, with the food, the ingredients differs, the sort of ceremonies they do, their customs, they differ. So each opportunity is sort of like this new experience that you can have. And so if you get the chance, come and stay at as many different Shukubo as you can in Koyasan.
Okay, thank you, Jonas. See you next
Of course.
time.
See you next time. Thank you.